Now, whether you know her as Professor Sprout from Harry Potter or as a sharp-tongued guest on Graham Norton's Red Couch, Miriam Margolyes fans span generations. Dubbed as Britain's naughtiest national treasure, the stage and screen star is embarking on a cross-country speaking tour this March, aptly titled Oh Miriam. I caught up with Miriam to talk going nude for Vogue, life at 82, and the unexpected gift she sent a celebrated Aussie actress. Miriam, what a treat to be able to speak to you today. You're here to do what I think is just a must-see event. You're going to do a speaking tour. You're going to be on stage telling us the fabulous stories that are contained in your book, Oh Miriam. Hearing them from your own mouth, I think, will be very exciting.
Well, I've got an interlocutor, somebody who's going to ask me questions and I will respond. And then the audience gets to ask the questions. So really, it's kind of a light night for me.
And no question is off limits from the audience?
No, anything they want to ask, I will tell, and I will tell the truth. I'm only interested in the truth.
You've got such a wealth of things to draw from, of experiences, from acting, from now making documentaries, from travelling the world, from the people you've met, the things you've done.
The people I've slept with.
Well, I wasn't going to dive in that quickly on question two,
most
but
people
there you go.
don't.
And one of my favourite guests, it's the one and only Miriam Margolyes!
Graham Norton is a very big fan of yours. You're his favourite guest.
Well, he says that, and it's very flattering. And he's made a huge difference to my career. Because before that, I was just a little roly-poly actress who spoke somewhat rudely and not really famous for much else but being Professor Sprout. But now, I think my personality, such as it is known and feared throughout the world.
Sarah Snook, the Australian actress.
She's fabulous.
Isn't she brilliant?
I just met her on the Graham Norton show. And she is really a fabulous actress and an incredibly nice woman.
And she's
clever.
Opened in the Theatre Royal in The Picture of Dorian Gray, the Sydney Theatre Company production, playing 26 roles in a one-woman show. And I thought, who else has done that in history? Miriam has.
Well,
you played 23 roles.
I've played 23, yes, and I'm very proud of it. You know, I can be a terrific actress. I'm not always, but I can be. If only I were in London, I would go and see it. But I sent her a lot of smoked salmon.
Did you?
Yeah, I thought she should have something special to eat. So I sent her a big hamper of smoked salmon.
You mentioned your acting, and you downplay. You're an extraordinary actor, and you have this roll call of roles. What was it like working with Rowan Atkinson and Ben Elton and the team on Blackadder? What were those days like? That was early on.
Well, it was lovely because they were so adorable. Rowan's very shy, and he stammered then. He's got rid of his stammer now, but when he made mistakes, he was very nervous and angry with himself. But he's an incredibly nice man, and we had lots of fun. I was thrilled to be working with people at that level, and they're still friends. I mean, Hugh Laurie and Stephen Fry, they're still people I know in my life.
Hello, British Vogue. I'm Miriam Margolyes, and I'm going to show you what's in my bag. I like to have room for what I pick up on the way. Like life, really.
When you did that magnificent Vogue cover, the cover
what
of
about
British
that?
Vogue, hello. Talking of the Bodacious Tartars, they featured behind some cupcakes, weren't they? Or
yes, I couldn't believe it. The great photographer Tim Walker, he said, "Would you do a nude shot?" And I said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "Well, I've got an idea for something." And I said, "Well, I'm not going to put my fanny. You know, front fanny is out. Tits, I leave it to you." And so
he did.
It was quite good, actually.
It was fantastic.
But it's the only time I've been that close to a Greg's bun. You know, is that a specific?
I
don't like them.
Delicacy.
I don't like them.
You often use humour to disarm. So when you go on your incredible travels, you've been around with Alan Cumming, you've been doing some
he's a
fabulous
love,
stuff with
yeah.
beautiful... I believe you're going to do a doco in New Zealand.
I am. I'm very thrilled about
And
that.
how often does humour play into the stories you're telling?
One of the ways of opening people up is to make them laugh. Now, I use that, I use humour, and I also use shock, because I might say something shocking, and everybody goes, a brick, but they kind of open up a bit, and I think that's what I want. I want to get to the real people. I am about to be 83, and it's interesting to look back on my life, and I'm grateful that I've lived this long to be able to look back. This is the age when you start to lose friends, and so you think about things like that. So my life is now coloured a little with the knowledge of the next big thing.
You said once you like being famous. Why?
Because it makes people smile when they see me, and that's a lovely feeling.
I love that sentiment, that wherever she goes, when people recognise her, they smile. Isn't that beautiful?
She is a riot.
She is a riot. You just never know what she's going to say, I tell you. Now, Miriam's Australian tour kicks off in Perth before heading to Adelaide, Melbourne, Brisbane, Canberra, Newcastle and Sydney. For all ticket information, head to fane.com.au. And there was so much in that interview. We'll have more of it in 10 News First at 5 p.m. And I'm going to put the extended edition up on our YouTube page after that, because some of the secrets she reveals you just will not believe.